Welcome back to JNP Project YouTube channel and podcast. I'm the host, Miki Miura. I'm a family nurse practitioner in the United States. In this channel, we're gonna go over everything about how to become a nurse practitioner in the United States, how to build amazing career as a nurse practitioner, and have amazing lifestyle that you dreamed of. Before we're gonna get into today's topic, which is secrets of making your dream come true. This is gonna be 2 parts, and this is the part 1. But before we're gonna get into today's topic, I wanna introduce a new program. This is called International Nurse to Nurse Practitioner USA Bootcamp. As you can guess from the word bootcamp, this is going to be a short-term program to boost your confidence and to prepare international nurses before entering a nurse practitioner program in the United States. Because once you enter a nurse practitioner program, you are expected to be the same as American students. So you're expected to know how American nursing is, medical term. You're expected to know basics of U.S. healthcare system. You can't use excuse like, I didn't grow up here. My English is not my first language. You can't use those excuses. So very important to prep you to get to where American classmates are before you enter nurse practitioner program. And this boot camp will help you to get there. This is going to be a 6-month program, and you have a lifetime access to online lessons. So in a way, it's better to sign up sooner than better, because you can still watch the lessons next year, 2 years later, whenever you want to. So the sooner you sign up, the longer you have access. You're also going to get workbook, and it comes with 6 monthly live online meeting with me and your classmates. Also, you're going to have access to exclusive Facebook page so that you can connect with your classmates and graduates from the program. The final registration ends on June 30th. So make sure to sign in, because the next cohort won't start until next year, 2024. So don't miss this opportunity, because you have to wait at least 6 months to get in. The seating is limited, so make sure to sign up as soon as possible. Alrighty, so let's get into today's topic. Okay, today's topic this is a part 1 for this topic, secrets of making your dream come true. So I always wanted to become a nurse practitioner, but that seems like a huge dream when I was in Japan. When I just came to United States, it seemed impossible, because I had Japanese citizenship, and I didn't have a green card. And I knew some nurse practitioners from Japan, but they both got green card through their marriage. So I wasn't even sure if I can get green card or work visa through work. If I can get those on my own. Becoming healthcare professionals who have such a responsibility in a foreign country with the language that is not native to me seemed like very overwhelming, crazy dream. No matter of fact, when I came to United States, one nurse who, I don't know how I got to know her, but she's from Japan. She worked as a nurse in New York or something, and she got green card through her marriage to her husband. But she, I think I was asking around who can give me like advice on, nursing career in the United States. And then somehow I got to connect with this lady. And I think she was trying to help me, but this is literally right after I moved to Hawaii. And she told me it's impossible to become a nurse practitioner in the United States and get a green card or work visa on your own. And she also asked me why I came to Hawaii instead of New York or California. That was a bad decision, basically, she said. And I was so discouraged, so sad, because I just moved to Hawaii. And I was like, my heart was filled with dream, but then I felt like my dream just got shattered. It's not, I think she was trying to help me, but look at me now. I'm a nurse practitioner, not even just a nurse practitioner, but I feel like I'm, excel at what I do. I was chosen as one of the outstanding provider at a largest community health center in Hawaii. I'm a committee member for APRN policy group in Hawaii, and I play an important role to shape state laws for APRN practice in the state of Hawaii. I teach students, nurse practitioner students at universities. I'm a preceptor for nurse practitioner students in Hawaii. I made my dream come true, and then there's so many other things that can come true, and there are some keys that happened, and I learned from my own experience. Also, I learned from my mentors, and I'm gonna share with you the secrets. So I have I believe 6 secrets that I'm gonna share. But I'm going to share 3 secrets in this episode, and then the next episode will be part 2. So I'm going to talk about the rest of 3. First one is to have big dreams. This sounds ridiculous. Maybe some people might say that's not realistic and stuff like that. But have a big dream, which can seem like impossible to make come true. For me, when I was in Japan, becoming a nurse practitioner in the United States and get a green card or work visa, that itself seems very impossible, almost impossible, almost too huge to dream of. But I'm so glad that I dreamed about it, because otherwise I'm not here today, So don't think about whether it's possible or not. Just first of all, you have to dream. You have to dream. That's the start. If you don't dream, you're not going to get there. You have to dream. See what you want to do. Don't think about what other people might think. Don't think about if it's possible. Just dream. That's really, really important. If you don't dream, that's not going to come true. If you dream, maybe everything don't come true. But if you don't dream at all, nothing's going to come true. So first step is to dream big. The bigger the dream, then you will accomplish bigger thing in your life. But if you dream small, you will end up just get there and that's it. So you should dream big. And I like I said, I receive a lot of negative comments about how like there was no role model for me who came from Japan, became a nurse practitioner in the United States, got work visa or green card on their own, not through marriage. Not saying that it's a bad thing to get green card through marriage, but it's just, I didn't have the exact role model for me. And people say that it was impossible, but I had that dream and I didn't give up. I hear a lot of negative comments. Maybe they're trying to protect me. Maybe they're trying to help me, but I didn't give up. I just feel like, well, it seems difficult, but I'm just going to do, everything I can do. I'm going to push my limit and I'm going to do everything I can do. and see how far I could go. And I kept dreaming. I did everything I can. I studied harder than other students. I stayed at the library. I was the last person to leave. Security always had to tell me that it's time to leave. I went to library to study on the weekends. So, I did everything I can, and I pushed my limit, and I think more than everything I can. I did my best, and things didn't happen at the timing that I wanted. So when, maybe things like, initially I became a nurse practitioner, got a job as a nurse practitioner, and then applied for work visa. Thought that it's going to go through, my grades are great. And I thought that I'm going to, I have master's degree. So I was told that, it should be easy. But then there are so many people who apply for work visa for that year. And then they did the lottery. I wasn't chosen for lottery. So my resume or CV didn't get reviewed. I just didn't get chosen during the lotteries. And I was so bummed that I thought, this is it. I almost gave up. But thankfully, my partner didn't give up. He said, I have a feeling, things going to work out. And then, I couldn't believe, because I was so bummed that I felt like I did everything. I was the top of the class. I was valedictorian. And that didn't matter. I was my heart was shattered. But in the end, I applied for green card through work, and I got green card within 5 months or so. And here I am now. I made so many more dreams come true. And this is because I dream big. So very important, again, to dream big, because if you don't have that imagination, you're not going to get there. There is no guarantee everything that you dream of will come true. But if you don't dream, that's not going to come true. That's not going to come true. Absolutely. You have to dream. And if you dream small, you're just going to get small dreams. That's it. But if you dream big, possibly they might come true. So very important not to think about how other people think, how impossible or how likely it is to, make that come true. Just think, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do? What are you interested? So think big, and that's the first step. Another thing is to have small achievable goals. So once you have a big dream, like let's say I'm going to be a nurse practitioner in the United States. That's a big dream. Then you're going to have small goals. Goals are something that is achievable and you can kind of measure it easily. Like, you're going to, and you can get chopped up to very, very small increments, but like you're going to get accepted by a nurse practitioner program. You're going to finish first semester. You're going to finish the first year in a nurse practitioner program. You're going to finish the whole nurse practitioner program. You're going to have a good grades, maybe like at least 3.5 GPA. And you're going to get a nurse practitioner job. And so you can have those small goals that leads to the big dream that you have. And have those small goals and then break it down to the smallest. So if you say, I'm going to finish the first semester in a nurse practitioner program, that's a kind of small, medium goal. And then you say, okay, I'm going to finish assignment on time, smaller goals. And then you're going to say, this week, I'm going to finish first draft. It's small, even smaller goals. So you can make your goals smaller and smaller. And now it seems like it's possible. Can you finish writing this paper as a first draft by the end of this week? That seems possible. You have to work hard, but that seems possible. And And then you achieve. And once you achieve that, even the small goal, and make sure to celebrate, you make sure that to celebrate your win. Good job finishing that. Even if some people, other people may not, celebrate, you have to do celebration on your own. Oh my God, Miki, you did great job. You finished the assignment on time. Good job. You don't have to treat a nice dinner every time, but maybe for bigger goals, you can do that. But you can just I'm going to have 1 hour of nap, or I'm going to have 30 minutes of nap because I accomplished the goal. Make sure to celebrate. It doesn't matter what other people think. You should celebrate because you accomplished. What's going to happen if you do that? Your brain will think, wow, I can do this. Maybe I can do a little bit more. Maybe I can accomplish a bigger goal. Accumulation of those little success goes, the snowball gets bigger and bigger because I can do this. Maybe I can do a little bit more. Maybe I can do this. I finished this. Okay, so maybe I can do that more. That leads to the big goal and big dream to come true. And I really realized that when I didn't realize that until I actually did a speech as a valedictorian at a graduation. And I didn't even aim for becoming a valedictorian because we don't have valedictorian system in Japan. So I didn't know that some people get chosen for valedictorian. So I had no idea. So that's why I didn't even aim for it. I wanted to have good grades, but then I didn't know that there's such a thing as a valedictorian. Anyway, after I did the speech, and it was really wonderful to do the speech in front of thousands of people, and I get to invite my family from Japan to sit in the VIP section that is saved for families of valedictorians, and I made them feel special. I made them feel proud, and I couldn't believe, that I got there. And then every time after that, every time I, encounter something difficult, I think back and, I was able to become a valedictorian. I finished the school as a, on top of the school, top of the class. So maybe I can do this too. And I realized this cycle that once you have even small success, you gain some confidence. Like, wow, I can't believe I did that, but I can. Wow, maybe I can do a little bit more. Maybe I can accomplish bigger goals. That little circle of success is very important. It gives you confidence, and confidence is extremely important, especially in the United States. We're going to get into that in the future, but I think it's also universal. Once you have a little success, it gives you confidence, and maybe you do more. We'll see how much I can do. And that leads to big dreams that other people may not be able to even imagine, but you can, because look at you. You did the little goals. You were able to accomplish that. You should be proud of yourself. And when you celebrate, make sure to make it a big deal. You shouldn't be like, okay, of course you're supposed to do the assignment, so why do I have to celebrate myself? You should, because look at you. You did it. And it's very important to be your own coach. You have to make sure that you celebrate even little tiny wins, because then you feel motivated. You feel like you have the power to conquer things, and that's really important. Third thing is voicing your dreams. I'm gonna put a link. If you're watching YouTube, I'm gonna put a link, and for podcasts, it might be a little bit hard to share this, but if you, on the Instagram Reels, you might look for like Jim Carrey speech, But Jim Carrey, the famous comedian, once mentioned that how he made his wishes come true by writing down his wishes. And he said it's important to let the world know, let the universe know what you want and what you wish for. And it sounds silly, but I really believe that, and I experienced that it works multiple times. I think one, I have some examples like, it's a little things. So for example, like when I moved to Hawaii, I wanted to get a car. I grew up in Tokyo, so my family didn't have a car because parking is very expensive, and we didn't need a car because the train system is amazing there. And when I moved to Hawaii, I wanted to get a car just because then I can go surf anywhere. I can meet up with friends without worrying about how to get there, how to come back to home, and stuff like that. Wanted to get a car. I got an old car when I get into graduate school because for clinical training, I needed to drive to different clinics. So it was a must, but it was a very old car. The air conditioning AC didn't work. The sound system broke down. It was an old car, but I was very proud of myself. Like, oh my God, I got a car. And then I was like, good job, Miki, And then I was, then I have another dream. I want to get a new car someday. And I was telling people, I want to get a new car, someday. I want to have my own car, brand new, my own car. And that happened. Also, a little bit bigger example, another example is, I forgot when I said this, but my partner's friend lived in a house up on the hill, huge house in a rich neighborhood, and it's a really nice house. And I told my partner, man, I wish I can live in a house like this, someday. And then years later, that person was looking for a housemate, and then at the time I was, I think I was a nurse practitioner already. So my income was, higher than back then. So I was able to afford the rent. So, and then I got to live in the house that I dreamed of. And I didn't even imagine that I would get to live in the house. I mean, I did imagine, but, because it was my dream. Again, you have to dream big. I imagined, but I wasn't sure if that's going to come true. That's what it is. I wasn't sure that's going to come true, but I dreamed of it and I voiced it. I wish I can live in the house like that. And that came true. Also, similar thing happened. Again, my partner's friend's ex-girlfriend, a little bit long story, but live in a nice condo and super close to the beach. And I said, wow, it must be so nice to live in a condo like this. I wish I can live in a condo like this in the future. Then years later, I lived in a condo. So things happen. And, it sounds very, very silly. But what happens is when you voice, you can write down, but I prefer voicing my dreams and wishes because one, writing down is also good. Well, first of all, if you write down or voicing, you telling people, either way, first of all, if you let the world know what you wish for, not just think, but you have to do the action. Either write down, usually I do voicing and telling people, but once you do that, what's going to happen is you keep saying that, you keep writing that, then your brain starts to think, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. you can kind of trick your mind. Your brain cannot differentiate from what's true and what's not, but you keep saying that, and your brain starts to think that's gonna happen. So how can I get there? What do I have to do that? So your way of thinking will change. And I prefer to do the voicing, because if you tell people, I want to do this, I wish to do this, then people are listening, and people might say, oh, that person is looking for a housemate. Then that's what happened to me, that I get to live in the house because of that, because I voiced my wish, and that happened. And or I want to get a good nurse practitioner job. Then people are listening, and they might say, oh, the office is looking for a nurse practitioner now. You should talk to the doctor or the owner or the practice. So voicing your wishes and dreams will attract people who might be able to help you. So I like telling people my wishes and dreams, and writing down is fine. But I think if you tell people that, and people who will help you to make the dream come true will show up eventually. Downside of voicing your dreams, there are some risks. Such as, like, you might get a negative comment. People might say, because you voice that, people might say, oh, that's not gonna come true, or that's a ridiculous dream, or you might get a negative comments, you might get discouraged. But if you don't say that, maybe you don't connect with the people who can help you to make the dream come true. So whether you take a risk or not, but I would rather take the risk and make my bigger dream come true than not sharing that with the world and not making them happen. So definitely recommend, I believe that maybe not all the dreams and wishes will come true, but if you keep telling yourself, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, your brain will start to think, this is what I'm going to do, this is what's going to happen. And now your shift is, what should I do to get there? And a lot of people, including my partner, tell me that, they think I'm an achiever. I achieved so many dreams that I wasn't even sure I'm going to be a nurse practitioner in the United States. I still have a lot of dreams to actualize too, and I'm so excited to think about how I can get there. And I hopefully you can keep, dream big, because things are possible, especially in the United States. Anything is possible, but first step is to dream big. Don't worry about other people think. Don't worry about whether it's possible or not. First, you have to dream big, and you have to voice your wishes and dreams. You share with the world, and have a small goals, and then lead to the big dream that you have. We will see you, and I will see you in the next episode, which is the part 2. So don't forget to watch that. But I will see you in the next episode. Dream big. Have a good day. Aloha.